The most well-known Executor Super Star Destroyer is the ship which bears the class name, the Executor herself, flagship of Darth Vader and Death Squadron before its destruction at Endor. However, the dreadnought which would ultimately have a greater impact on galactic affairs is the Executor's sister ship, originally called the Executor II before being renamed the Lusankya. Both vessels were actually constructed at the same time at Fondor shipyards, but while the Executor would become a symbol of Imperial power, the Lusankya was covertly buried under Coruscant's planet-spanning city, saved for an unknown purpose, perhaps as a contingency plan should the Alliance attack Imperial Center, perhaps to hide the sheer degree of Palpatine's military investments. But let's spend some time talking about the history of the ship. And before I get into this section, if you haven't already, I highly recommend that you guys read at least the first 4 X-Wing novels. If you haven't, maybe do so before watching this video, because we'll be getting seriously into spoiler territory, and the books are phenomenal. Anyway, in the first months after the death of Palpatine and the fracturing of the Empire, former Director of Imperial Intelligence Ysanne Isard consolidated power, eliminating the Imperial Ruling Council, including Saint Pestage, and setting up shop out of Coruscant. One of her greatest assets was the Lusankya, which she had been gifted by Palpatine before his death, likely partially due to the two's romantic connection. The Lusankya, as well as some of her other assets, made her one of the most powerful early Imperial warlords. As the New Republic campaigned against the Empire, rumors of a top-secret Imperial research station called Lusankya emerged. Captured New Republic agents were terribly tortured and, worst of all, brainwashed into undercover agents of the Empire, activated as spies, assassins, or suicide attackers. The New Republic knew nothing about the Lusankya. They had no idea that it was a Super Star Destroyer, they didn't know that it was stationed on Coruscant, they just knew that it was perhaps the most feared Imperial reconditioning center in the entire galaxy. Some of the more notable figures imprisoned on the Lusankya during this period were Rebel hero Yon Dodonna, Rogue Squadron pilot Tycho Selku, and, most importantly, Koren Horn. Eventually, Coruscant was targeted by the New Republic, who was lured into battle by Isard, who left the planet undefended but poisoned with the Krytos virus. However, even after recapture, Isard and the Lusankya remained on-world, hidden from the New Republic. During the planet's liberation, Koren Horn is actually captured by the Empire and brought to the prison ship. Koren, upon waking up, believes he is on a different planet in some far-off facility, but eventually discovers that he is inside a Star Destroyer which has used gravity manipulators as well as just some pure physical disguises to make it look like the inside of a cave or an old mining facility. Koren manages to escape, discovering the truth of the dreadnought. Knowing the New Republic would surely strike, Isard is forced into action, and in an iconic scene, the Lusankya bursts from the surface of Coruscant, blasting through the local planetary shield and jumping to hyperspace, killing millions in the process. Isard would then take her ship to Typhera, where she would attempt to re-establish her rule. I can cover exactly what happens next in a full battle breakdown. However, the basics are that the Lusankya is stripped of its support ships by some Rogue Squadron trickery, then attacked by a New Republic fleet, supported by captured Star Destroyers and civilian freighters armed with repurposed torpedo launchers. Overwhelmed, the crew of the Lusankya surrenders, and the damaged ship is brought under control of the New Republic. For nearly half a decade, the captured Super Star Destroyer sees almost no action, which I find to be very surprising, considering the Lusankya obviously could have been useful during the Dark Empire attack or Thrawn's campaign. However, it was notably reactivated for the Arinda campaign, which I've covered extensively in a prior video. In short form, the Lusankya, as well as another captured Super Star Destroyer, the Guardian, helped put one of the final nails in the Imperial Remnant's coffin. The old girl then helped blunt the Vong invasion and took a center role in the defense of Borlias. However, the Vong invasion took its toll on the Lusankya, and the ship was deemed too damaged to continue fighting. The dreadnought was stripped down for parts. However, instead of being junked, it was given one final mission. The New Republic spread word and feigned the creation of a superweapon, the Star Lancer project. This drew Vong forces to Borlias, including a rare, fully militarized world ship. Knowing they were coming, the New Republic loaded the Lusankya with explosives, and Operation Emperor's Spear, an incredibly apt name, saw the dreadnought ram the Vong Coruscant, resulting in the destruction of the two ships and a serious blow to the Vong. Thus ends the proud service of the Super Star Destroyer, engaging in a final act which benefited both of its formal factions. The Lusankya saw the rise and the fall of the New Republic, the death of countless Imperial warlords, the New Republic and the Vong's capture of Coruscant, and really everything in between, often while only working with half a crew or mostly in disrepair. The history of the Lusankya was an interesting one, as is the fact that it was outfitted slightly differently than a standard Imperial Super Star Destroyer, with some point defense cannons replacing heavy turbo lasers. Honestly, I think that's a good trade-off. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, ring that notification bell, and share the video with a couple of friends. Anyways, until next time, this has been EckhartsLadder. May the Force be with you.